May 2026 marked my 1-year anniversary of streaming, and so I wanted to take this time to answer a lot of the questions that I get in chat and in my comment sections. If you're new here, I'm Press. I'm a coffee barista VTuber. Yes, I know I say barista wrong, but I don't plan on stopping. There's really no rhyme or reason to anything I do here. I'm just a yapper and a gamer. I don't know if that's a good selling point, but it is an honest one. Question 1. What made you start VTubing? I like entertaining people. I think it's fun. I actually went to school for broadcast journalism, so being in front of a camera isn't really new to me. It is, however, very intimidating, and I hated it in real life, which is why I changed my major after 3 years. I had a couple little side gigs on TV and said, wow, I hate the way that this feels. I've never been super comfortable with me being in front of a camera, and I've tried IRL streaming even in the past, and I hated it because, again, I was in front of the camera and people would watch. Clearly that was not meant to be my calling, but I like doing it. I enjoy the live interactions of talking with people through a screen, and I have benefited myself from having an online community to be a part of as a viewer in some really tough times in my life. So I wanted to try and be on the reverse end of that. I have a lot of fun, creative ideas I do in my free time. I mean, some people might disagree that watching me stumble on one singular point of dialogue in Ace Attorney for 30 minutes isn't fun, but I like it. And I figured if I'm doing these things anyway, I might as well put it out there for people to see. Hence, Depresso VTuber was born. I'm a lot more comfortable doing this as a digital avatar than I was doing this as a flesh and blood human being. Question 2. Will you make a Discord? When starting this channel, I went back and forth on if I wanted a Discord, and I decided against it. And to be honest, after a year, I think it's safe to say that I will never have an official Discord community. I'm a one-man team. I simply don't have the resources to properly moderate it. And I owe it to y'all to make sure that any online space that I provide is as safe as I can make it. And I simply won't open up a Discord that is not properly moderated. And I know I've heard it before. Oh, just get some friends to moderate it, Press. No one knows I do this. It's just me. Who am I gonna get? My imaginary friend Greg? I'm comfortable enough with the live streams and the videos that I do, as well as a couple projects that I have in the works. There will be enough Depresso content for people to rally around if they want to rally around it. And I'd rather put my time and effort into making those the best that I can rather than dilute my own time to manage a Discord server. Thank you for your understanding. Question 3. Who is your Oshi? All of them. Everyone. Listen, I am literally constantly watching VTubers. I work remote. There's always something on TV. It keeps me sane. If I sat here and listed every VTuber or content creator that I enjoy watching and why, it would take at least 15 minutes, and I consider them all my Oshis. I want them all to succeed. But if I had to pick a few that have had the most impact on my life and as a creative person and who have served as my main inspirations, I'll shout out 3 of them. First, no surprise, Hosho Marine. She got me down the VTuber rabbit hole. I really don't miss a stream. If I can't wake up and watch it live, I will watch the VOD. Sensho has been a core component and was the #1 reason that I decided to give streaming another shot after I tried it before and didn't like it. It also helps that I'm learning Japanese, and it's been cool to start watching and having next to no idea as to what's going on to now understanding more and more the more I study. Second is Giga. I've tweeted this before. I just think Giga is so cool. I think she keeps it so real. She has one of the best communities on the internet. Everyone in her chat is just so respectful. You'll hear the term a lot. Chat reflects the streamer thrown around, and she's one of the best examples of this, I think. She's very mature. She's very well spoken, and I think it definitely reflects in the community that she's built. Giga is so awesome, man. And that community is just so dope. And third, she's not a VTuber, just a YouTuber streamer, but I'm including her anyway, and it's Shachi. Shachi does art streams mainly, and since she has come back to streaming, I have felt so much more motivation to draw myself. I've probably drawn more in the past 2 months than I have in the past 2 years. I really like having a stream to draw alongside, but I sometimes have trouble focusing if I'm watching someone play a game. So following along with her art streams and just drawing my own thing has been a really great stress reliever for me and a really great reminder that I love to draw, even if I'm not very good at it yet. Question 4. Is it 4? I think this is question 4. What program do you use for your model? I get this a lot. I use 2. The first is Vroid Studio. That is where I made my model. They have 3D models that you can customize. Highly recommend Vroid if you are just starting out. The second I use is something called VC Face. This hooks up to my webcam and does the tracking so that when I blink, you see me blink. Unless I'm wearing my glasses like I have for this video, then you probably aren't seeing me blink all that much. Sometimes the glasses get in the way of the blinking, so if it ever seems like I'm staring at you deadpan, it's probably just because I have my glasses on. Both of these programs are phenomenal. I would like to eventually use Live 2D. That is the end goal. That is my favorite tracking process, but it is very pricey, and I'm pretty sure if I tried to use it on my old dinosaur of a PC that I use now, my computer would explode. So that's on the back burner for a little bit. Question 5. Do you multi-stream? Not currently. I've thought about it. Admittedly, I am more open to it than I was last year. Currently, all of my streams are on YouTube. I don't see that changing in the near future, if ever, unless they make some terrible changes. I like it here. It's easy. I like having everything I do under one roof with my live streams and my community posts and my videos and my shorts. Multi-streaming is an option. I've thought about it and it makes sense, and I get why you want to do it. It just seems like a lot of work, man. 2 chats while playing a game? It seems kind of stressful. We'll see. I'm not against trying it like I was a couple months ago. I've opened up to the idea a little bit more. Can we see your figurine and manga collection? Sure, fine, I guess so. Here's my manga collection. I have about the first 70 volumes of One Piece, most of My Hero Academia, all available copies of Chainsaw Man, tons of Sword Art Online light novels. I love the Sword Art Online books. The books are really good. I know the anime gets a bad rap, but read the books. The books are really good, I promise. The books are good. Here's the figurine case. Top shelf dedicated to Hatsune Miku, middle shelf to Hosho Marine. Below her are my other VTuber figures and acrylics and trading cards, and below that are my anime figures. Will you do a face reveal? No shot. Not anytime soon, anyway. Remember when I said I hated being on camera? I meant that shit. This does not mean I will never do any IRL content. I really want to do a live stream from the slopes while I snowboard. I think it would be so cool. But helmet, goggles, balaclava, of course, so even if there was a mishap and you saw my reflection, it still really wouldn't be a face reveal. I don't know. I think that VTubing can go both ways, which is very nice. There are VTubers who are very comfortable showing their faces. There are those who just want to live primarily through the character, and I think both instances are okay. As of right now, that's the thing, I don't really play a character, right? So like, me showing my face, I don't think really would be a difference, but I'm not necessarily comfortable with it. Again, I tried that in the past already, and I stopped streaming because I didn't feel comfortable with my face being on camera. I literally changed my career path because of it. But then I think about like the cool things that I do that I want to share with people. Like I think about wakeboarding, right? And how fun it would be to make edits and videos on my wakeboarding. I'm not very good, but I think it'd be cool. But obviously, you know, unlike snowboarding where you're covered in full gear, wakeboarding, there's nothing except like a life jacket. And so like you would see my face. So I don't know, I guess it just has to depend on what kind of content I want to make, but I don't see myself doing a face reveal anytime soon. And if I did do a face reveal, what would probably happen is that I would give everyone enough time to know that it's coming. I think a lot of VTuber fans don't want to see someone's face. They don't want to see the face behind the avatar because, you know, their relationship is with the character on the screen. And for some, you know, they might think it ruins their immersion. And so for those people who enjoy VTubing that way, I would not just want to drop a random face reveal on them. So if I ever do a face reveal, I would give plenty of notice that it's coming, and then obviously I would try my best to keep it low key. What is your favorite video game? As far as franchises go, it's got to be the Zelda franchise. Dude, they just release banger after banger. They never miss. I just beat Echoes of Wisdom. Phenomenal game. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are obviously amazing. I'm currently replaying Wind Waker on my GameCube hooked up to a retro TV that I have in the upstairs of my house. So that's super sick. That game's one of my all-time favorites. I'm also a huge Pokemon nerd. With the release of Champions, I've been back to playing competitive for the first time in a really long time. I once did play at a VGC regional event, so I officially have a professional Pokemon record of 1 win, 9 losses. That's 1 circuit win to my name, baby. Last question, we will round it out with this one. What is your favorite coffee? There's so many. No, I love espresso-based drinks, so think lattes, macchiatos, straight up espresso shots. Love an espresso shot. I used to have to dump a ton of sugar and cream into a coffee to be able to drink it. Then I spent a couple of months in Italy, and I learned the wonderful world of espresso, and I simply cannot go back. In fact, probably one of the reasons I even found out I liked straight black coffee, one of the reasons that I'm before you now as a coffee-themed VTuber, is because I asked for sugar at a pizza shop in Italy when the waiter brought me my espresso, and he made fun of me and convinced me to drink it straight. So shout out to that guy. Peer pressure worked in that case, I guess. Well, that should just about do it. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, I hope you learned something new about me. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to stop by a live stream one of these days. We have a pretty good time. I like to think that we keep things pretty chill. Unless there's a jetpack cat in my Overwatch game. I hate the jetpack cat, bro. Thanks for watching. I'll see ya in the next live stream or the next video. See ya!